My mind's telling me no, but that crack, y'all, that crack keeps telling me yes, gotta go.
Yeah, I heard I got Coily Ray next week, but I don't believe it. See, I don't have a match tonight, but I'm still working out because I have nothing else to do. What am I gonna do? That's what I do. What am I gonna do? Play the guitar?
What a bunch of idiots, imbeciles, stupid as it gets. Stupid, clueless idiot, a bunch of clueless nuts. Is there anybody here that's got any brains? Stupid, stupid, stupid every day, every night. So stupid. Just really stupid.
Welcome everybody to this week's episode of the Pin Down Podcast. My hair is sticking up. Fucking why not? Wow. We have a big fucking day. I'm gonna be honest, I thought this episode going into last night, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna have enough to talk about. And then yesterday, a ton of fucking people got released. I think AEW had a release, but it's all basically WWE. A ton of shit going on. Let's start with Mr. R. Kelly himself. R. Kelly, how are you doing?
Doing good. The fact that everybody got released on my birthday yesterday is fucking wild. Like, just like I was finding out during birthday dinner, a bunch of people got fired. It's like, but some of them, I'm gonna be honest, I am for. I think some of them were just wasting the space, and I get people. I'm not happy people are getting fired, but it's also like we got to stop acting like the fans that are like, when this guy got released, you know, they had so much potential, even though like 3 months ago we were whining about PFC being on TV. Now Sonya Deville being gone, we're sad about it now. You kidding me?
Yeah, that one's a bit weird to me, why people are upset. Obviously, you know, it's not good to ever see someone get fucking fired, right? She'll be fine on the indie. So I mean, she's worked in WWE twice.
I could see her going to TNA, honestly. I could.
She a lot of these people are going to find work pretty easily, especially nowadays. I mean, maybe they end up in AEW and get paid a lot of money to do nothing.
Yeah.
Which there's an upside and a downside to that. Or they go to the Indies or TNA, or they go to Mexico. CMLL has a lot of people that have been coming through there as well. So we will get into that later on in the show. Mr. T, how are you doing, you sack of shit?
I'm doing pretty good. Got done watching Tropic Thunder the other night. Always had a good laugh with that movie. Just hanging out and just doing some shit. Besides that, can't complain.
But you fucking will, because we're gonna, because I know it's on the list, because you did the prep this week.
Oh yeah.
There will be a lot of complaining. Before we get started, everybody, if you can, you could hit the like button, share this out if you feel like it, subscribe if you must. I don't know why I made it sound like a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Well, maybe for you, but it's great for us. It really does help. It really does help out. And with that, let's get into talking to the chat. Let's see who's here. Gravy D is here. He says, I hope Naya is on that list. No,
that's not.
She's cousins with The Rock. Yeah.
And Roman.
Be on that list.
She's safe, bruh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's got a job for life.
Triple H actually has less job security than Nia Jax at this
point.
That's not even a joke.
We're not kidding, bro.
That's facts.
Conroy 1776 says Nia might be 50%. It depends on what 50% is of.
Of eating cheeseburgers.
50% diabetic? Quite possible. Quite possible. You could be right, Conroy. Cajun Corey is here. Tyler is a Tony Khan simp. Is that true?
Nah.
Is that true?
Nah, Corey can get fucked.
What did Corey ever do to you?
Get fucked.
You came in here to support the show and to tell the truth as it is, and you just want to insult this man.
When he sends me money, I'll respect him. How about that?
When he
All right?
sends me
Nobody
money.
can send us money.
I know.
Anyways, speaking of not sending money, I don't know why. Jack of all casuals, he sent me a wild message, unrelated to gaming. Before we get to this message, apparently Best Buy is bundling brand new NVIDIA graphics cards with like fridges and dishwashers.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Nigga, what?
Yeah.
What?
He sent
What did you
me a
just say?
tweet about it. Yeah.
God, is Best Buy that fucking desperate for
Yeah,
sales?
dude, Best Buy really needs sales, man. Oh, you can get some game cards with the fucking fridge.
1590 with a fucking fridge.
Well, since we're on the Best Buy topic, I went by there a couple days ago. Or not a couple days ago, maybe like a couple weeks ago. I went inside to see if they had like anything from like my boom mic and stuff, right? I go in there where the DVDs used to be at, like the physical copy of DVDs and video games. It's all lawnmowers now.
What?
I was like,
Lawnmowers?
Who the fuck is going to Best Buy to buy a fucking lawnmower?
My hand to God. They had John Deere. They had the Dixie chopper there, which is the like the sit down mowers and stuff like that. Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I looking at right here? I'm like, how are you guys still in business?
Yeah,
Like,
this is.
seriously, how are you guys?
Is this
still in
Home Depot? It's just turned into
You're supposed
Lowe's.
to sell, yeah, you're supposed to sell like fucking TVs and shit.
Yeah. Good Lord. Wow.
Dude, they sell guitars at the one where I live.
No, I've seen guitars on mine too. They sell.
But that
like,
doesn't make sense either. You're supposed
No!
to sell appliances.
There's
electronic
Guitar Center.
appliances.
Yeah.
Even fridges is like a bit too far. That's like
Fridges is pushing it. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least like a fridge, it's like I guess they have tablets built into them now, so I guess like fuck.
You know what's sad? The fucking Geek Squad has outlasted the DVD section. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Geek Squad is bad.
Oh, you know what else you can get at Best Buy? The last time I went, they had Funko Pops. You can get a bunch of
Oh,
Funko
Fuck,
Pops.
they've become a GameStop, bro. They're
Yeah,
becoming
you can buy
games.
toys. Yeah, I think they're gonna start selling like action figures now. For all you know,
Dude, it's bad when they start selling vibrators. That's gonna be real bad. Holy shit. Best Buy just turns into an electronic sex store.
Oh my God.
Jack of all casuals, bring out the release simps. Yes, yeah.
There's plenty of them.
I mean, it happens every single time. There's a couple decisions. There's a couple releases where I'm a little confused as to either what their fucking plans were for that person or why the fuck they were released.
Yeah.
Obviously I guess they felt they had a reason to. This happens all the time, but I don't know. It's a little bit weird. Gravy D says release party, baby. Well, man, less like a party and more of a kind of acknowledgement. Oh no, I don't really want to party when a bunch of people just lost their fucking jobs.
Man,
dark.
Imagine the Nitro parties. Everyone's at the Nitro party, like, hey, have a good time. Hey,
WrestleMania rage party.
I did put it in the Discord. I did the Carlton dances when I was thinking of my, oh no, no more PFC on my TV.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Speaking of dark and depressing, happy birthday, Trey.
Thank you, Jody.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
We actually have a song for you right now.
I got it. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots, girl?
What do you think?
Yeah,
Are you gonna go
did
back
get my
with Rob
shots
to
last
America?
night. Yeah.
Did R. Kelly give you your shots?
Yes, and not like that.
Did he give you your golden shower?
Oh my God, no.
Did he do an interview after having intercourse with you and at ABC and be like, "I'm fighting for my life out here.
I'm fighting for my life.
I'm fighting my fucking life."
Someone from ABC News is, "Did you have sexual relations with a black man named Trey? I'm fighting for my life.
Oh no.
They're trying to kill me.
Trying to kill me, man.
Trying to kill me." Jack of all casual says, "Happy late birthday, Trey. My
Thank you, Jack.
I can't say the word.
My nigga. Yeah, thank you.
That's not what he wrote.
Well, he said my N word, but I just said it.
Yeah, exactly. See, you can't read, and this is a problem. And we're trying to cure his dyslexia through wrestling. It's not working because we haven't. Nothing correlates between watching wrestling and curing dyslexia. Trust me, I know.
Oh.
Jody says, I just watched y'all's Rumble predictions. Did you dudes enjoy the show? For the most part, Trey, take it away. What did you think about who won the men's Rumble?
Jay Uso. Yeah. Jay fucking Uso. Yeah. Bravo. You gave it to the man who had arguably the worst match last year with him and fucking give that guy the Rumble victory. You had John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre in a Rumble, and you give it to fucking Jey Uso. Bravo, WWE. And also fuck The Rock, because I also blame him. He's kind of why this all happened, because he kept stringing us along for 5 fucking months if he's going to be at Mania. And then now we get Jey Uso versus Gunther.
You know what?
Yeah.
We're doing it for The Rock. That's actually why we started the show, was to honor, Rock the Dwayne Johnson himself. Jack of all casuals, I wouldn't recommend this channel. Too much negativity on AEW and WWE. That's fair. 50% on this dick. I don't think you want Nia Jax. 50% of Nia Jax.
No.
It's gonna crush your fucking pelvis, bro. It's not good. That's not good. Mara's in the chat, says the only thing Nia releases is my sense of nausea.
I do almost want to puke when I see.
I have that same effect on women. Let's buy a dishwasher, guys. Yeah, you can get a new graphics card with it.
Yeah, you can get a graphics card. You get this dishwasher.
Yeah, it's not good, not good. She released her nasty titties on SmackDown, barf.
I saw that pic, Gravy. Oh,
it's not good, not good. Oh man. All right, let's get right into the show. Hold on. This is an interesting comment. Hey, if they start selling vibrators, I might visit a Best Buy again. I won't.
If they start selling bongs, I'll go.
Did he screw on the outside?
If they start selling bongs, I'll go to Best Buy again.
Can you imagine if GameStop and fucking Best Buy merged together?
They might as well. They fucking might as well.
Stop by? Is that what they
Stop
would call
by?
themselves?
Yeah. Yes. Buy stop.
Buy stop. Oh no.
Buy game.
Buy game. Best game. Best game. Best game makes me feel good. Yeah, it's like I just feel upbeat with best game.
Best game buy. Sorry.
Oh shit.
It's all bad.
Speaking of upbeat, we kind of have some possible information about the real homie himself, Chad Gable, who, by the way, his match with Penta was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that match, that's probably up there for match of the year already. That or
so
TV
far
match. That might be best TV match right now.
Yeah.
It was. I thought about Punk Rollins.
Well, and also there was Pete Dunne and Penta, which I remember.
Yeah, that was good too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, fuck. So apparently, Chad Gable may be going to AAA on an excursion.
Yeah, apparently.
Conan's got me.
I like it.
I really like this idea.
I do, honestly. It's good for the story. If he needs to face luchadors, why not?
And dude, here's the thing too. It's pretty obvious WWE has nothing planned for him. Send him to AAA. Allow him to work. He's gonna do fucking well down there. Because look at how well he basically wrestled a fucking lucha match with Penta.
Yeah.
A guy who's never wrestled in Mexico in his career. I don't think, maybe with WWE, but he's not wrestling a lucha style ever. So the fact he picked up on that pretty quickly just shows you he's uber fucking talented. I think this is the most underrated guy that WWE has on their roster, period. It has been that way for years. And give him an opportunity in AAA, have him come back and just fucking make him a fucking machine where you get rid of the fucking comedy. He comes back and he just fucking destroys people. I want him to be like Ken Shamrock in like 1997, right? I just want him fucking people up.
Or 06 Hurt Angle.
Exactly. Something in that vein, where he just is going in and fucking up all those people.
Well, remember what he said. I'm gonna go learn the dark arts. So is it gonna be that one guy, Wagner, Jr.? I wonder.
Maybe.
Aleister Black.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Don't know.
We'll have
to come
see,
back.
If that's
remember
true.
when Kurt Angle broke Scotty 2 Hottie's ankle? I want something like that for Chad. Kayfabe even.
I'm gonna try to watch that match though, because I want to see what Chad can do in a 6-sided ring. Because I think CMLL or AAA used the 6-sided ring, right? Or is that CMLL?
No, CMLL is the traditional 4-sided, so it's probably AAA.
AAA. Yeah,
okay,
it's
gonna be interesting. He does that. Yeah,
that would be interesting.
Yeah.
And hell, even send them to TNA and fuck shit up.
TNA. Oh my god. Yeah,
imagine if you send them to AAA, then bring them back, send them to TNA, have them feud with Joe Hendry for the TNA title.
Yeah.
You know what we were talking about earlier? You know what would be really great? Is if they had Josh Alexander to come in and be a part of Gable's group.
Yeah. I think in this iteration you can't. It's too gimmicky, it's too jokey.
Right. Yeah, right now. Yeah.
If you fix this, if you send them away, I would say send them all away. Send them all to AAA.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Send them all there, and then you give them that experience, you get them off TV, get rid of it being a joke, and then have them come back and just be dominant and just have them beat the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah.
You could do something really special with that. And honestly, if you do treat Chad Gable well, this guy is going to be like face of the company type big, or one of the, maybe not face of the company. I think that's more of like a Braun.
He could be a world champion.
Definitely a world champion. Yeah. Probably like a consistent world champion. Kind of like how Gunther is right now.
Yeah, he'll hold that. I could see him holding that big gold if he comes back like repackaged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's see what chat is saying here. Best stop, game by. That is true. If I see Chad on Lucha Libre, goddamn. Well, I hope it happens for his sake. I think it could really, really help him.
Yeah.
It's a shame WWE doesn't push Chad more with gold, or at least a push. Yeah. So if you send him away and then bring him back, they're doing the same thing with Omos right now, where he was in Pro Wrestling Noah. I don't know what's going on now because I think they've pulled him back now. So we'll see. But yeah, I like this idea of sending them on excursions, giving those guys some experience because you do have faith in them, and then bringing them back when you're ready for them. Because it's not really with Omos, it was kind of both, that he wasn't ready and WWE had nothing for him. But with Chad Gable, it's like he's good to go. It's just WWE has nothing. And instead of wasting them or sending them to NXT or releasing them, you can send them off there, give him that experience, have him working consistently. Also makes your relationship with AAA a lot better. And then you can pull him back and do whatever the fuck you want with them at that point. But yeah. Blabbering Collector. Never heard of this person. Hey, did you know The Rock has a daughter named Simone who is also in the Wii?
My God.
We did.
She's the worst part of NXT.
She actually is objectively the worst part of NXT.
I can't, when she was on screen, I can't take it seriously. I'm like, oh my God, get somebody else to be GM, please. Fuck.
Well, I heard a rumor about that, but I don't know if you guys want me to tell you or not. Apparently, I found out what they're going to do with her on the NXT shows.
What is this, a Dave Meltzer rumor or Mike Johnson?
Mike Johnson, PW Insider.
Okay, so it's actually probably going to turn out being real. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, they're going to turn her into the final boss character for NXT. Allegedly.
The fuck you just say to me?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. I mean, she just started. She
And
hasn't
she's
been
not a good
wrestling for like
actress.
more than a year. Yeah.
And she's not a good actress. I can't buy her being a bad guy. Oh.
I know one thing. She's definitely got a face that can cure sex offenders. I'm just saying. But
yeah. Oh my God. Fuck.
I'm just saying.
Oh God damn
Oh
it.
shit.
Fuck. You can't say that shit. Fuck.
Are you fucking retarded? The hell's the matter with you?
Oh my God. All right, let's keep moving. Gravy D is going to McDonald's. I hope he keeps us updated on the traffic, and
Watch out
also
for
the
Naya.
wait time. Yep. Just we need to know the wait time, traffic, that type of stuff. Just give us, weather updates as well. All the important stuff that we use on a wrestling show. More nipple babies, yeah. Mara says, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Legends and Future Great show? I am worried that it's going to be too reality TV, like Tough Enough, whereas
Yeah,
what I was hoping
same.
was for more of like Breaking Ground. And I don't know if anyone watched Breaking Ground, but I don't even know
remember
if you can watch. I don't even know if you can't watch it in Canada anymore. It basically was just the performance center and just watching these new recruits. Some of them were new, some of them were older. Like Baron Corbin was one of the people that they followed around, and just showing like what it's like and like how their training is. The whole thing with Regal yelling about feet positioning as well was fucking gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
I
remember
saw
that?
I've seen that clip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
He was getting
he's
pissed.
fucking
He's like,
yelling.
how hard
Yeah,
is
he
it to
was
roll?
into
Yeah.
it.
How hard
Yeah.
is
Now,
it
to be
roll?
fair, nobody was fucking listening to him. I'd be fucking pissed too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think that show's still on the network, or it was on the network. I don't know where it's at now, but I remember watching that though. Yeah. Because that one kid,
Yes.
what's his name? Izzy, that the real fat blonde kid. Everyone's like, he was like from Louisiana. Everyone's like, you got
The guy who was on Tough. Yeah, because this happened after they did that reboot season of Tough Enough.
Yep.
And so they ended up signing that guy anyways, the fucking big guy who failed at like everything. But they're like, but he's got a personality.
Remember what Hulk Hogan
That's-
said? Remember what Hogan said about him, right?
No.
No.
He said, "You remind me a lot of Dusty Rhodes, brother. You could be the next Dusty Rhodes."
Oh my God, no! What is Hogan smoking? That motherfucker. Oh God.
Hogan, that's Hogan.
I
said,
guess,
I forgot.
I guess we're both semi-fat and blonde, but
Yeah, you're fat and blonde. You're the next Dusty.
He didn't have a Louisiana accent, talking like Bobby Boucher and Waterboy, Oh, cook that.
Mama said. Mama said.
Mama said, yeah. I mean, it's just
The next Dusty Rhodes.
dude. Fuck Tough Enough. The reboot of Tough Enough was fucking terrible. I miss the
It
old
was.
Tough Enough with the.
I didn't mind the
Maiden
2011 reboot. The 2011 one with Austin. I like that one.
Yeah.
Was that the one where what's her face Cameron said that her
Yeah,
favorite match happened? Like SmackDown,
Alicia Fox versus Melina. Like some random women. Like
and
Stone Cold face.
Stone Cold was like, did that match happen like 3 days ago?
Yeah. He had like he
Yeah.
had like such a deadpan face. He's like, did this bitch really
I just love Austin's reaction. He's like in the middle of the ring. He's just looking there. He's like, out of all the history of matches of wrestling, you mean to tell me Alicia Fox and Melina is your favorite match? I just started watching wrestling 2 months ago. He's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
He died, dude. Part of him died that day.
Yeah,
He'll
that was
never
real,
get part of
Austin.
him.
That was a real reaction. I was like,
You know what's
His
crazy?
soul was just ripped out of his body for a second.
And you know what's
when
crazy
she said
though?
that.
Remember that Miss Toronto? Remember she was like that former beauty pageant. She was dating Ricky Romero back in the day, the pitcher for the Blue Jays.
Yeah,
She was actually more talented than she was. It's like, what the fuck is this? It was
Yeah,
God, man. It was so good.
that's wild. Yeah, fuck. What a classic show. Let's move on to our next topic, which we're going to talk about now. This seems like it's Mr. T. Do you want to take everybody through this? Because I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at here. I know it's some dog shit from Dave Meltzer. It has something to do with him saying that Alexa Bliss. It was the whole shit with actually, I will explain this.
yeah.
So anyone who doesn't know, Alexa Bliss came back at the Rumble. Kind of a surprise because all the reports online, the dirt sheet, were saying that she wasn't going to come back. The contract was up. She was going to leave wrestling. All that type. And then she's in the Rumble and she's back. And they took a bit of a dig. Michael Cole did on commentary. So did Pat McAfee at the dirt sheets and at people like Meltzer.
And Triple H with the media scrub.
The internet told me she wasn't back.
Yeah, the internet told me she wasn't back. And so now Dave Meltzer seems to just not accept that he was wrong.
No, he's trying to save face. He's still trying to save his credibility. Oh no, I never said this. When it clearly said, reported by the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Yeah, come on, Dave. Come on, own this shit,
You
bitch.
goblin fuck, own it up. You got fucking proven wrong, you piece of shit. Just admit it.
How many times did Dave report stuff last year? Like, what was his batting average last year? Probably what, 0.92 at that point.
Backlash at the Tokyo Dome, guys.
Backlash at the Tokyo Dome. What else was there?
There was so much shit. AEW. The reason why AEW didn't or NXT didn't do good is because of the wildfires in California and shit like that.
Okay, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah. No. So the reason why NXT beat AEW Collision was because of the wildfires.
Yeah,
because they had to do a rerun because like the LA stations that were CW affiliates, like KTLA, were a little focused on,
surviving the fires.
Half the fucking town. Half the town burning down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which let's be honest, the rerun was going to beat Collision anyways. I mean, Collision's, dude, barely barely above 100,000 viewers. I don't even care that the Rumble was happening at the same time.
Yep.
That's bad for any show.
It doesn't matter
what. Dude, that's acceptable if like the Super Bowl is happening, right? Like Sunday, there's going to be a lot of shows that are on that they're not going to get any fucking viewers, and that's expected.
No.
But the station still needs to fill that time, right?
Yep.
But this was a brand new episode, and you were building towards, a bigger event with Grand Slam, right?
Yeah, wasn't that the one where Tony
to be
Storm did her whole reveal? Was that one?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That nobody watched. You could have just did on a fucking Dynamite.
Oh no, that was the week before. That was the Mid-South Tag Team match when Moxley gets
okay. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
No wonder.
That shit was ridiculous. But let's get back to Meltzer here. So what he writes here is, actually, I never posted a thing, and then contradicts himself. I did cover the story in the past 2 issues. So he literally just he didn't post a thing on Twitter, but the Wrestling Observer newsletter on their Twitter posted something, and it was a story written by Dave.
So
and he's the owner of the publication, and the editor of the publication. So even if he didn't write the story, he still approved the story going out.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really all we need from this is Dave's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Dude.
Again,
he's
reason
a proven
4012.
retard again. It just every day that fucker is gonna be retarded and he's gonna look like a fucking goblin. So
It just blows
got.
my mind that people pay money to get their quote unquote wrestling news inside information from a guy who looks like he just came out of freaking playing in Labyrinth with Jennifer Connelly. All right. He's
a pig man. He's a
Dave's
fucking
always-
pig man.
Dave has always been a fucking idiot, and I am glad the mask has came off and everyone sees how stupid this dude is. Literally, if you're gonna compare him to somebody, compare him to Joe Biden. He is that stupid. Literally, he is that freaking stupid.
Nah,
Dude.
Joe Biden had brain cells at one point.
Dude, yeah, Joe Biden's smarter than fucking ape fucking.
I think Joe Biden's smarter
Dave
now
Meltzer.
than Dave Meltzer ever was.
Yeah,
To be
Dave
honest,
Meltzer looks
is a
like a fucking
idiot.
Dave looks like a fucking chimp
he
experiment
looked
gone
like-
wrong. So
Yeah.
Well, hey, before we move on and go back to chat and see what people are saying in chat, we actually have one more Meltzer story here.
oh, here we go.
It's something that he reported on Wrestling Observer Radio, and I'm gonna be honest, every single time Meltzer says something, even if it sounds realistic, I just don't believe it because I just don't trust his credibility. If Mike Johnson is saying the same thing, then I'll be like, okay, all right, that's probably legit. Because Mike Johnson, while sometimes he gets stuff wrong, because I think even he was reporting the Alexa Bliss stuff.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. I would have to go back and look. But everyone gets something wrong every once in a while. It's the amount of times that Mike Johnson gets a story wrong is about the same amount that Dave Meltzer gets something correct. So,
Yeah.
That being said, Dave Meltzer, this is a quote from him on Wrestling Observer Radio. He says, November/December, when everybody started reporting it, and I kind of heard, oh my God, Dwayne's mad that everyone's reporting it. He doesn't want this out. And one person said, I bet he does the show now just because he's so mad that everyone's reporting it. This is talking about The Rock not being at WrestleMania 41. Because remember, after Bad Blood, it was like, okay, he's going to be there. When we were getting into December, people were like, he ain't showing up.
Yeah,
He's
they were
got
talking
shit
about
going
this
on.
back in November. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually don't disagree with the last paragraph of this sentence, and we'll go to that. The guy loves pro wrestling, no matter what you may think. I can tell you for sure the guy loves pro wrestling. If he has the time to do it, he sure as hell wants to be part of this period of pro wrestling. Obviously, the guy's been buying more and more share. He's been getting more and more involved in the company. He obviously fucking loves it. I think for a while there, I think even he would admit he probably was downplaying his involvement in wrestling for years when he started, acting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for a while
And-
he didn't even talk about wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't really talk about it. He was just kind of like moved around.
Well, hear him say he was told to. So he was told by people in Hollywood and his agent at the time. Well, not his wife, but like his actual someone trying to get him roles besides his wife was saying, you gotta lose weight or you gotta lose size. You can't be too big, can't be too small. You want to be able to be casted for everything, right? So that's what Dwayne or Rock says all the time. Now he's like, fuck it, I don't care. It's like, all right.
Well, he gets paid so much and he's huge. Fuck it. He might as well. He needs the movies need him more than he needs them.
Oh yeah.
And so if this is, I mean, it's Meltzer. It could be true, but it could be fake.
Yeah.
And we don't know.
Well, here's my question. Because I'm saying people are like, oh, he's mad during December or November. Wouldn't people be mad in September when Bad Blood showed up and he came out and did what he did? Like,
Yeah.
it
was for nothing.
Yeah, wouldn't I get the gears turning? Like people are speculating, not November and December. I mean,
Yeah, when he came out and did that, I thought, oh, something's gonna happen, and it also took over Punk and McIntyre main eventing the Hell in a Cell match. All for nothing now.
True. Alrighty. Mr. T, do you want to read these chats for a sec?
Jerry D. Still. Hey, Mr. T, long-time wrestling fan here. Hey, Jerry, thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Why'd you say that so depressing?
I don't think I did.
God.
I'm having mic issues, so I might be one of the maybe.
Who's Mike?
I think it's mine. Let me unplug for a second.
No. I mean, who is Mike? Who is he?
Oh, yeah. Not Epic Mike. That's Maz's job. So no.
Epic Mike's fucking dude. I saw his stream. Mike's fucking dying from like the flu right now, man. He's my boy. Big ups for my boy Mike. He's getting fucked up right now.
Big ups.
Big ups.
He's got the Maz AIDS. That's what happens.
Yeah.
I think we're good now.
Right, boy. That's right, boy. Alrighty. Let's see who else is there. What the hell is Dave? Dave the Dick Seltzer.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave.
Don't insult Labyrinth like that. Yeah. I love watching Jim Cornette rip Dave up like a cheap shirt. Yeah. I mean, Cornette's fucking good at that.
Well, they used to be friends back in the day too, but yeah.
Yeah. He's pretty good at ripping up people he doesn't fucking like.
Yeah.
Especially Russo.
Don't always agree with Cornette, but
yeah,
you know,
he's a wordsmith.
He's at least always entertaining.
Yeah,
he's entertaining. Yeah,
Cornette's a wordsmith, man. He will dissect you like you're a freaking frog in like in class. You know what I mean? Just like literally, he'll just dissect you with words. It's ridiculous. He's a wordsmith.
Yeah. Just 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm texting my dick to yo ass. That's completely unrelated and also very, very vulgar.
And gay.
And gay. He's supposed to be a writer. True. Apparently, he's supposed to be a writer.
A journalist. Yeah.
He's supposed to be fucking something.
Like, let's be real. I don't think you can like Google it or nothing like that. But I'm pretty sure Dave did not go to college. Like, there's no way he's got a degree in journalism, right? There's just no way.
Absolutely not. There's no way. He just started writing stuff for like news, for wrestling like magazines, and that's how he got. He
was one.
From what I heard, what I heard was he would write free articles for people about shit going on in Japan.
Yeah.
And then he was able to transition all the goodwill he got from that into the Wrestling Observer newsletter, and then burned every fucking bridge. Proceeded to burn every fucking bridge with all those people.
Yeah, I mean, remember, he was the worst part of the Vince doc, outside of the other problems I have with it, but his interviews are like some of the worst parts of it.
Oh yeah. Well, when his comments when he made about people don't care when wrestlers pass away, they always worry about the next guy up. It's like, you are such a piece of shit for even saying that. It's 20 years later and people still miss Eddie Guerrero, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, people like that. You know what I mean? It's like, no one's ever said, "Oh, who's the next guy up?" You're just a terrible human fucking being. Fuck you, Dave.
Yeah, fuck you, Dave. You fucking pig fucker.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, all right. We're gonna move on to this next story, which is pretty quick, but we've been hearing this for a little bit. That apparently AEW is going to allow their pay-per-views to be purchasable on Amazon Prime, on Prime Video. One for Prime Video, they've been trying to get more into live stuff as well. It's not just Netflix that's trying to get into the live, I guess, television
side of things.
Streaming thing, yeah.
So Prime is kind of doing that as well, and Prime also has the option of channels, right? For example, you go and you can buy like Paramount Plus through Prime. You can buy, a bunch of stuff through Prime. I don't know what it's like in the States, but here you can buy basically the American versions of a lot of stuff. Like the American version of HBO, you can buy through Prime. You can buy both TSN and Sportsnet, which are big sports channels. through Prime here as well.
Yeah.
This is a good idea, especially because people are not buying pay-per-views.
No.
And to be honest, people don't want to go to fucking like some random Joe website that they can only use for AEW stuff. I don't want to go to payperview.com to buy my AEW pay-per-views, right? I want to just be able to like go on a website that I know works properly. Prime works consistently well. I don't want to have to deal with like some other website and possible server issues when I'm paying, expensive amounts of money
like
for AEW
60,
shows.
$70, right? Isn't that what
exactly?
It is?
Yeah.
And the fact that like if you're in the States, you can watch it on Max, but everywhere else you have to pay the full price of the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Because for example, our version of HBO Max in Canada is called Crave. It's owned by a company called Bell, which also owns TSN and the USA Network in Canada. It's different. It's the same name but different. And that's where AEW, Dynamite, and Collision are on. But there's no deal for the events. So if I want to watch those events, I have to pay money for them. Besides the obvious other way of getting them.
The C's.
Yeah.
Exactly. But if I want to legitimately get them, it's too expensive, especially because they're running especially at the end of the year, man. They were running an event every 2 weeks.
Yep. Every couple weeks. And
after Wembley, it was
on Peacock.
boom, 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 boom.
Look at WWE on Peacock right now, like how their pay-per-views are going. That's going well.
And that's another
I
thing.
get why AEW is doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Well, and here's the thing too. WWE has basically made it pretty cheap to watch their content anywhere in the world. I know here in Canada, it used to be on a service called Sportsnet Plus, which I would have to pay, $40 a month to watch those pay-per-views. To watch Mania, to watch SummerSlam. Now it's all included in Netflix at the base Netflix price, which I already have. So WWE is making themselves more available to people, especially in international markets. The US, you guys are good. You guys get a pretty good deal on this stuff
Peacock
because
is
both
cheap.
companies are based.
I think Peacock's the cheapest streaming service of them all. I think
there's free options.
Yeah, there's free options. Yeah, so WWE.
I don't know if you get the WWE stuff with the free option in the States because we don't have Peacock up here. So
I think it's included with your subscription, but if you don't want the ads, it's more money. So I think it's like for the basic. Excuse me. I think it's like $8, but for like no commercials, I think it's like 12.
That's pretty good though. $8.
Yeah,
$8 to watch WrestleMania. $8 to watch SummerSlam.
Yeah,
$8 to watch the back catalog. Like that's
even $12
that's a good deal.
Is not too bad.
But here's the thing: if they go to Amazon Prime, they've already stated. Well, I read a couple weeks ago. I can't remember like where I read it at, but I saw it though. Something about that HBO Max has a deal with AEW that they do not have to promote anything else on their they don't have to promote another streaming service on their program. So my thing is, how are you going to get away with that to promote it on TV when you're on TNT and Turner's Dime? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh well, if you can't watch it. Watch on Amazon Prime. Someone else.
That's not going to go over well. That's
not
gonna
unless
go over
is HBO Max available as a channel on Prime?
That I don't know.
Because I can't see any of that shit because I'm up here, right? Yeah. But if it is, you could make the case, hey, by the way, you can subscribe to HBO Max through Prime Video using the Prime Video app to watch all that stuff. They could promote it that way. That's the only thing I can think of. But
yeah, same here.
I think online they'll do that and promote it. But yeah, internationally, AEW does a terrible job with their deals. I mean, look at the whole shit with fucking Grand Slam. Part of the problem is Grand Slam averages under 100,000 viewers. Like, I think it's like almost 10,000 viewers, the average for Dynamite in Australia, and they wanted to fill a 50,000 seat venue. That's fucking ridiculous. There's nobody should have looked at. They should have looked at how many people watched the show and been like, okay, do we have any more information, like region wise? Because Australia's a big it's a whole fucking continent, right? It's a big fucking place.
Yeah,
it's all scattered. So it's like, okay, are more of our people in like Brisbane, or more of our people in that
Sydney,
Sydney?
like,
Exactly.
Go city by city.
But they're just like, we're going to Brisbane, we're going to the big fucking stadium, and we can't fill that. And then now there's a whole fucking problem with people who bought tickets at the full price when it was supposed to be in the stadium. Now they're getting their new tickets for the new venue, but they're worse tickets than people who are getting like 2 tickets for the price of 1, and they're also reduced price tickets at that point too.
Yep.
So they're fucking over their most loyal fans in that region. This is how you like kill a territory, right? This is how you kill Australia for AEW forever. I think this event's going to go so bad that they won't be able to run a successful show in that country ever. Unless they really get their shit together and the product booms the fuck up.
Well, they fucked everybody. Even if AEW didn't do it, the people they used to promote the event, they fucked them over, right?
Yeah.
Like first you're going to be in some big ass stadium, and then the next minute, like, oh no, we're taking it somewhere else to a smaller venue. It's like this whole thing's been a clusterfuck for them. So yeah, I don't know. They probably will kill the territory there in Australia, which is so stupid. Yeah, for them.
Because I think WWE could just swoop in and.
Oh, I mean, remember that show they did a couple years ago when it was Taker versus Triple H in Melbourne or Melbourne?
Super Showdown.
Yeah,
Super Showdown. Yeah,
that place is pretty much packed. So yeah, but it's just like these guys, like it was, they say again, all AEW's coming to town. No one's gonna be going. Besides, besides maybe the hardcores will, but like the people, like the casual fan, no. Why would you? Just it's a fucking nightmare situation.
Yeah. All right. So we're running a bit behind behind schedule. So we dropped a couple of the less important stories from the show, but we still have the most important stuff, including those releases. We're going to tell you everybody who was released. When we get to that point, actually, I'll get Mr. T to check to see if there's any updates, because we were getting updates even this morning, like at like noon even. So
yeah, I was seeing stuff in the morning when I was like
around 11 o'clock my time Eastern, so 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, stuff like that. Yeah.
With that, let's get to our Meltzer. Yeah, fun fact he claimed.
Oh yes. That's
a week before, by the way.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was pretty close to the actual date. But not close enough. Jesus,
he couldn't even call the family. Couldn't even call any of the members.
Yeah, couldn't call the family.
Is he around? He's still around with us. No, just
I don't know.
Verified.
If WWE put a fucking press out like they usually do when somebody passes away. They always do. Even like in the 2000s, they would do that. Go to WWE.com and they would have an article about Test passing away.
Yeah.
Or MAGA.
China. China they did as well. So even people that were on the outs with the company, still they at least recognized, which, say what you will about Vince, but he at least would be like, hey, this person passed away. And obviously with Benoit, they already did that. They did that stuff right away. Maybe they should have held off a little bit.
God.
Yeah.
That hasn't.
All right. This has nothing to do with Chris Benoit. But this is Britt Baker. Oh,
I don't know.
Having a good...
I don't know. Her and Chris Benoit have something in common. They've both not been on TV in months, so I don't know.
I fucking hope Benoit's not been on TV for years. Actually, I'm gonna bring it up. All right.
Yep.
When I played SmackDown 2. When I played SmackDown 2 here, okay, You know how hard it was to not play Benoit? Because like he's got a good move set, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's
Yeah.
really, but just my moral fiber as a human was telling me
I
no.
mean,
Do not play as the, you know.
if I ever play SBR7 again, I can't play Benoit, even though I'm gonna say it, his theme fucking slaps. I still listen to the song. I'll say it.
By the way, the disc that's in there isn't even SmackDown 2, it's Warzone. I guess SmackDown 2 is in my console on the shelf, so
Yeah.
I have the Warzone case right here. I could change it out right now. I'm not going to, because I'm a lazy piece of shit. And speaking of lazy pieces of shit, let's play this video.
There was a lot of controversy around that internally at the time because MJF at the time, I don't know if I can say this, I'm just going to say it. He felt that Cody was trying to steal his thunder at the time because they were in a feud at the pay-per-view. Do you remember this pay-per-view?
I do, yeah.
It was Cody versus MJF.
Yeah.
MJF big coming out moment, and it was like his hurrah, and Cody shows up, bam, with a neck tattoo, and MJF was like,
stealing the spotlight a little
yep,
bit?
that's what MJF says.
Interesting.
I don't know where I'm sure he doesn't care now because MJF is successful on his own, but at the time there was
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either. It sounds like she's just bitter.
Yeah, it sounds like she's just fucking drama farming. I'm going to be honest. I think she's just farming, you know.
I don't know when
that make her look good.
Yeah, I don't know when that video is from, but excuse me. If you remember last year, remember when MJF overheard saying that he deserved more TV time than he did last year.
Yeah, I remember that. She got into it with his girlfriend, right?
Yeah. Here's my thing. I don't know if it's true, but sometimes I kind of wonder because, like, you know, I've seen some stuff with MJF online. It's like it doesn't really get him, like, make him out of the clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's true, a little slight chance if it's true, that is total bitch made if I ever heard of it ever.
Oh yeah,
I actually
bitch made behavior. If true, but
I actually think we have a little bit of evidence to go to show that it's not really true.
Oh, okay.
And that's actually funny enough. The very next thing that was on the docket, that was great planning by your part, Mr. T. Actually, and I'm not even saying that sarcastically, like legitimately. Is this tweet from Mr. Maxwell Jacob Friedman? Jimmy Corderas said, if you don't remember Jimmy Corderas, he was a referee. He was also like a panelist on a pre-show for like Raw and SmackDown up here.
He was the main SmackDown referee back in the day, like back in the Briscoe era.
Yeah. Jimmy Corderas writes, "Great job, MJF, of reminding your audience about the man who is on top in the other company. I'm sorry, the two guys are brothers. Everyone already knows this, Jimmy. You can't really avoid it. Whenever I see Cody Rhodes, I also think of Goldust.
Yeah.
He's not in WWE, you know? They're fucking related. What do you want them to do? Just
they're brothers.
Not be fucking related? You fucking stupid. Every single time I see Jey Uso, guess what I think of?
Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly. And vice versa. You fucking idiot. But anyways.
Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy.
MJF has this exact fucking thing. His brother, my mentor, a guy who helped shape me early on in my career. Your old boss brainwashed you into believing we need to treat the fans like morons and pretend other wrestling companies don't exist. You dumb, ignorant, bald, grifting fuck. Respectfully."
Yeah.
That was a stupid fucking tweet from Jimmy Corderas, all right?
Yeah, that was retarded.
This is the best thing I've seen MJF do in like weeks, all right? Because we've been, I think all three of us have been pretty critical of him on the air.
Oh,
he
yeah.
needs to be more this.
We need that MJF.
This MJF on TV with fucking going after like Jeff Jarrett. I think that could actually be a good feud. We need whatever the fuck he channeled into this tweet, channel that into everything you do on Dynamite. And MJF we're so back, baby.
He's
Stonks are
salvageable.
up.
Yeah, I think
The
he's
M-
salvageable.
The MJF stonks are going through the roof.
You
all
know,
right?
he
Like
could
it's
be back
James
to
Bond
where
in 2020.
he was
Yeah.
even 2 years ago. Because where he was 2 years ago, he was like the next guy at that time, where he was back 2022, 2023 now.
Mhm.
But if we could salvage him, which I think he can, I just think he needs to start giving a shit though when he's on screen.
I will say this: I don't see a path for AEW to succeed without MJF.
Oh,
I've
no.
said this before on our reviews. By the way, if you want to see us recap Dynamite immediately after Dynamite happens, we go live here on this channel Wednesday nights. We go live actually after Raw as well on Mondays. But I think the only path forward for AEW to have success is through MJF.
Oh yeah,
Like
he could be their
who
AJ
else
Styles.
do
Nobody, honestly.
Yeah.
No one cares about Hangman. No one cares about Hangman.
Oh, they're going to do that feud. We are, the way they're playing the seeds, it's definitely going to happen. It's going to be MJF versus the Hangman sometime. Ricky Starks would be a great guy to have someone in there, but
They're not using him.
If they actually fucking used him,
yeah.
But instead he's busy on indie shows, which it helps. I mean, it's great for the promotions. You get a guy who's really fucking good.
Yeah.
But he should be on Dynamite, right? At least fucking Collision.
You you could have had Powerhouse Hobbs be one of your guys, but you're doing nothing with him except feuding with fucking Big Cass. I guess.
I guess they're attempting to do something with him now. I think the problem is they have too many fucking people on their roster. And,
it's bloated as fuck.
And they're not booking anyone. No one's getting booked well. No, nobody is.
No.
The show is creatively a fucking nightmare. And you have too many people and not enough hours to fill. And the solution isn't to add more hours, it's to cut back.
Or add more people either. Just signing more people isn't going to fix this.
Look at TNA, right? TNA had to shrink all the way back down, and now they have the slow growth of what they're doing. Now, to be fair, they're also being supported by the biggest company in the world. But before that, it was slow growth. That's what you need. Get this slow growth going and keep someone like an MJF around. Keep Ricky Starks around. Try to keep some of these big names around. You have the money. That's the hardest part, okay? You already have the hard part solved. So now you just need to make your company successful. And maybe get your company to a point where it's financially successful as well. Get to the point where you're creatively successful. These
creatively
are things.
For me, AEW, if they could just be as good as TNA was in the mid 2000s, they would be good right now. If they're just right at that spot where it's a decent alternative.
Well, we keep on going to the same pile of vomit every time we talk about it. The only way it's going to change is if Tony gets out of the way and will stop being the booker and just being the guy that supplies the money. Get yourself a booker. Do stuff differently from what you're doing with WWE. Be a completely total different product. I'm not saying be garbage wrestling. I'm saying actually be a good product that people want to watch and get some guys that people actually care about, right? There's no one in that company that no one gives a shit about besides like Darby. He's not on TV. He's not going to be on TV till April or May, right? Or maybe the Double or Nothing. Ricky, people liked Ricky Starks. He's gone. Cody, he's gone. He's been gone. Punk's gone. So it's like they have no one besides their old guys. Like, what was the same when the company started? The Four Pillars. Who was the Four Pillars? Darby, MJF, Guevara,
Cody,
and Britt Baker, right?
Sorry.
Yeah, out of your three, out of your four, no one gives a shit about besides Darby and maybe MJF.
But where's Orange Cassidy's gone, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been off TV for a couple months now.
He's injured.
It's the match with Dean. This is the match with Ambrose. Yeah, he's been off TV.
Apparently he's injured, so fuck him. Who gives a shit?
I guess. I mean, it would be nice if you told us he was injured, so The problem
He
with
could've
this
said something.
this shit is like, yeah, tell us because we want to know if this person's actually ever going to show up again, or if it's like just because Tony's all pissy at them, so he doesn't want to book them. Because that's what the show turns into. All right. Okay. Fucking R. Kelly has a goddamn zoo going on around him right now. Holy shit. It's got fucking dogs barking. He's got people, babies crying.
Birds at
chirping.
Neverland Ranch. So
Yeah, he's about to get molested by Michael Jackson. Speaking of molested, let's talk about this. Kind of connects with the end of the Rumble. We have this right here, ladies and gentlemen. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins is the current plan for WrestleMania 41. No fucking shit, Sherlock. I saw the Rumble. The three of them were fighting, and I think that's exactly what we said. We said, oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be that.
Are you fucking retarded? The hell's the matter with you?
Right? Like we knew.
Yep.
We knew. Trey is now in the spooky room.
Yeah, I'm in the spooky room now.
Shout out to Trey and the spooky room guys. But yeah, of course, no shit, this was gonna be the fucking match.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw this coming, and I don't like triple threat matches for no title. That's stupid. What's the fucking point?
I don't mind triple threat matches when they're good, right? One of my favorite matches of all time is Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels in Unbreakable 2005. That's not my problem. A triple threat with these guys is not appealing to me. Okay. Roman versus Punk? Sure. That's the main event I would like to see. I would like to see what they can do. They've not wrestled since 2013. Like on that episode of the Old School Raw, they had that one match and they didn't do anything else with them each other. Roman has matured as a performer. He's gotten better. He knows what he's doing more now than he did then. Punk, he's a seasoned veteran. So I think it'd be a good match. But adding Seth to the fold, I don't see the purposes. If they were going to do a triple threat match, I'd rather just have him, Punk, Drew, and Seth in a triple threat to get that out of the way completely.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Roman,
or just
the Seth thing, I think is already. I was just gonna say that I think the Seth thing is done. They did that at Raw. It should have ended there. I don't get continuing this forward. I think it's done. It doesn't have the same feel as like Drew and Punk, where it's like, in some ways you could have kept that feud going a little bit longer after Bad Blood. Time lengthwise, not after the Hell in a Cell match though.
Yeah.
But I'd rather, be left wanting more of that than getting too much. Because guess what? We're gonna get too much of Seth and Punk. And that's no shot at either of those guys. It's just not as good as what we just got.
And I think it's just
not.
And with Roman, with Roman too, it's like, what the he's just getting thrown in here as sloppy seconds because The Rock won't be there.
Yep, that's literally what it is. This is just because The Rock's not there. They can't do The Rock.
This guy was like your most dominant fucking champion since Hogan in the 80s. And a year after he loses the title, he's just kind of thrown in a fuck off
random triple threat, match? For no title.
That's a problem.
Why is Roman not working against Jacob? That's the real money match. Like, why is he not working against Jacob? You know what I mean?
Or Drew. Drew, they were setting that up too. Roman and Drew.
Yeah, well, I heard apparently Roman put the kibosh on that one. I don't know if it's true. It's what I read, but who knows? But yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I'm not really feeling. I'm not feeling this match, honestly.
No, unless you add Cody and make it a fatal 4-way for the WWE title, I'll be okay with that.
See, I don't even want that. I just think Punk one-on-one should have a match with somebody. I wanted Gunther. Like I said, everyone knows my pick in the Rumble. I put in the comment section in the last Rumble video. I wanted Punk to win because he's done everything besides do that, and then he could have challenged Gunther for the world title besides Jay, right?
Yeah,
that's what
that would have been a good match.
Because Seth and Punk need something else. It needs it needs a title. I said this before. I think it's missing the championship. I think it needs it more than anything. Nothing against Gunther, but like I said, Punk and Seth need something. Like they need something else to put another layer onto the story. You know what I'm saying? And they can do a blow off at SummerSlam, I think. Because SummerSlam and Punk and Seth at SummerSlam, that'd be pretty good. I think. Because I was not a big fan of the match they had on Netflix. I wasn't really crazy about it. Well,
Trey, what do you think about all this?
I don't like it. I don't like this. Just feels like you said, they're just doing this because Roman can't face The Rock, so we're just going to do a triple threat match. And I'm just not a fan of triple threats for no title unless it's like a number one contendership thing. I guess if they want to salvage this, you do this night one, and I guess the winner faces Cody. That's the only way you salvage this.
That actually, shit. That could be interesting.
Winner faces Cody.
Well, plus we're doing, we have the favor from
Elimination
Punk
Chamber.
Well, the favor.
Yeah, we got that as well as
so it's
there's who knows.
Like what would you think of, okay, if the triple threat match does go down at WrestleMania, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to be the favor? Is he going to ask Paul's help to beat his boy to get the win over Roman at Mania? Or is it going to be something like down the line, like, oh, I want to be in like a big profile match? Or does he get himself aligned with The Rock or some shit like that? Because remember what Punk's been saying? I came back for money. I didn't come back to make friends. So somehow would he like join the Rock's group, like be a part of The Rock?
From what I know, the two of them actually get along. So
yeah, The Rock and Punk.
So yeah, who knows? I still think there's some interesting stuff here with that triple threat, but at this moment, it just kind of feels shitty.
Yeah. It's not appealing.
Last second.
Exactly. Yeah, it does feel like it's a sloppy
Very last second.
Plans. Now that doesn't mean it's going to be bad. I mean, fuck, it could turn out to be. We could be looking back at it at the end of the year and be like, "That was, you know what? In hindsight, that was the best way to go about it."
One of the best matches of the year.
You know what?
Yeah, I think the match itself will actually be pretty fun to watch. It's just the story around it, I don't think is that interesting compared to what they could have done. Obviously, with The Rock, they weren't going to, scheduling reasons. It just wasn't going to happen.
But even without The Rock, you could have still did Roman versus Punk, Roman versus Seth, one-on-one.
Roman versus Cody again, and finish it off.
Roman, Cody 3. I'd even take that. Even though I wasn't for it, Roman deserves a big match. You can't just, like you said, have him a year after losing to his biggest title run, and then now he's in a random triple threat for no title.
That's the thing too. And I just thought about this too real quick before we move on. If they do this, right, who's going over and who's taking the pin? Because if Rollins loses,
is going to take the pin. I think Rollins is taking the pin.
That's the thing though, but who's going to win the match? Is it going to be Punk or Roman? Because I don't think Roman's going to let Punk go over on him. I just don't see that happening. I don't see it.
Yeah. You don't, I see.
And second of all, if Moxley was still here, would this be a fatal four-way?
It would have probably been a Shield triple threat.
Yeah, it probably would have been a Shield triple threat, and Punk would have been somewhere else.
I don't know. I think it'd be a fatal four-way because remember the whole story that they said Punk which kind of like tried to get his own guys for the Shield, and like they all came and said, "Oh, he kind of sabotaged our careers." That's what I'm saying. I wonder if they would have done that too. Like put Moxley in the match, like freaking like fuck over Punk, so they can get their triple threat at WrestleMania. I don't know. I'm just thinking to myself out loud.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities with that. We will move on because holy shit, we are way behind schedule. We got a lot more to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned. But before we get to that, let's take a little break here and talk to the chat. Let's see how chat is doing. Laura says, I come back to the chat to hear streams talk about getting molested by Michael Jackson. Well, that's a day that ends in Y, isn't it? Oh, in Hell in a Cell. I feel like if you're going to do that, this would have to go on for a lot longer. And I feel like it would make more sense for Drew and Seth and Punk to be in Hell in a Cell, but they've already done that. I don't think in this case that would be the best option, but
I don't want to see a Hell in a Cell right now. It's still, I feel like we're still too close to the Drew match with Punk. I think
I feel like Cody and Kevin, I feel like that makes more sense for a Hell in a Cell match.
If they were doing Cody and Randy was a heel, you'd probably do that Hell in a Cell.
It's got to be like a blood feud. Like example, it could, they could do like Punk and Kevin Owens, like, because they have some real beef too. I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying like something like that, like a real life personally.
But they're moving Kevin back towards Sammy, so they're doing that again. I don't find that interesting at all. We've seen it too many times.
No.
I don't care if it's a better version of what we got before. We've gotten it so many. You eat a fucking cheeseburger so many times, you're gonna feel sick from cheeseburgers, even if it's the best one ever made.
2016 alone, how many times did those guys face? 2016 alone.
I remember Battleground when that happened.
Yeah, Battleground when he was like Universal.
That one we roll it.
Yeah, that was actually a good match. And plus, they had their match.
And they did Mania a couple years ago too.
Yeah,
37. They did.
And the tag match, the guys are too interconnected, and it actually, I think, negatively impacts both their careers to be so joined at the hip at this point.
Yeah.
We
forgot too. Who knows? It might be Kevin Owens and Randy at WrestleMania, because they might do Kevin and Sammy at Elimination Chamber since they're in Toronto.
They might, yeah. I would say
might,
that's probably a good idea.
And what's fucking Sammy gonna do? Is he gonna work against Karrion Kross? Because like, who wants to watch that match? Like, who?
That's why I'm thinking Mania. Because
I
think they're gonna still do that Mania.
I don't give a fuck about Karrion Kross at this point. Like, if you give Karrion Kross something to do other than just have the Miz be there, that's fucked. It's all fucked. But Trey is about to lock us up in the basement. That's true. Hell in a Cell at Trey's house in the basement, actually. That's where he does Hell in a Cell. He does Josh Barnett's blood. Josh Barnett runs his promotion out of Trey's basement. It's got Raw Underground in Trey's basement.
In a cell.
It's the dungeon. It's the Trey's dungeon.
It's the Trey dungeon.
Too hard stretching out some guys and they're all fucking screaming, holy shit.
Trey's gonna be flipping pancakes and cat shit in the same spatula.
Oh God, are you guys ready for this next one?
Yeah.
Bring it on. Holy shit, he looks homeless now. Not Stevie Ray, but the person we're talking about, Vince Russo. What an image is that?
Oh my God! Look at him.
He looks like he looks like a fucking like monster, dude. He looks like the Thing. You know,
he looks like he's on a fucking 3-month crack binge, bruh. Like he
looks very ill.
Yeah, he looks like he's been on a 3-month crack binge. What the fuck happened to you, Russo?
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Yeah, let's just get right into this here.
I got great creative for Hulk Hogan 2025.
So I'm going to stop it here real quick. You do not have great creative, and you definitely do not have great creative for Hogan in 2025.
No.
You fucking sack of shit.
Hey, real quick, should we full screen this so people can see this? Because the reaction when he says it, like Russo says
we can do that. There we go. All right. We're going to play this and the rest of it in its full entirety, and we will be back in a second here, ladies.
Okay.
You know who they should bring Hulk Hogan in to manage?
Who?
Logan Paul. Would that not be heat? Would that not be heat, Stevie Ray? Huh?
I don't know. That could almost be somebody might jump Hogan outside the building.
Oh my God! Would that?
He might get the old school heat. That's old school heat.
Yes.
Where people are really ticked off.
Can you imagine if the storyline is everybody's getting on Logan Paul because he doesn't know wrestling, he doesn't respect the business, this and that. So he said, fine, man, then I'm going to go. I'm going to learn from the best and the greatest and this. And Hogan brings him in. Oh, my God.
Brother, you might want to pitch that, man.
Wow.
You might want to pitch that. I would love to see it.
Fuck my life.
I wouldn't. What the fuck, Russo? That is like you just like smoked some crack and that's what you just came up with. Logan Paul doesn't need a manager. He could talk. That would just be cheap heat.
We were
And let's
talking
be real,
about.
it would have like. Go ahead, Tyler.
Oh, I was gonna say, me and Trey were talking about this before we went live. Logan Paul doesn't need a heater. People already automatically hate him anyways, right? So there's no even reason why Hogan needs to be a part of Logan Paul. That's the most stupidest thing I ever heard. And plus, this is Russo. This is the same guy that came up with the whole beaver cleavage gimmick for one of the Thrashers, right?
Yeah.
He was in love with his mom. It's just like this dude has no creative ideas.
Viagra on a pole match. That's all I gotta say. Viagra on a pole match.
Judy Bagwell on a pole match, Trey.
Yeah.
Judy Bagwell.
Bash at the Beach 2000. That whole fiasco, Bash at the Beach 2000.
Russo thinks he's a god when it comes to creative, and he's not. And this is the prime example. He is a freaking moron. He makes, oh God, I don't even know if I want to say that. I was going to say he makes Tony look capable of being a booker, but that's not even the case either. He's just an idiot, man. Guy, why people like pay for like his podcast is beyond me. Every 5 seconds,
People actually,
bro.
Oh, I mean, me and you watched a video where it was like his ideas for like an all women's wrestling thing, and it was some of the worst shit.
It was gonna be his. It was gonna be his weird version of Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. It was gonna be his version of being just perverted and freaking just fucked up, like an episode of Jerry Springer. That was his idea.
Yeah, it's basically Jerry Springer shit. It was like
he's an idiot, and I heard someone say this publicly, and I can't remember who said it. But if I can remember, I'll give credit. Every company this doofus has worked for, he's burned a bridge.
TNA.
Notice the pattern. Everything. WWE, TNA, whoever. He can't even get a job in AEW if he wanted.
He's why TNA got kicked off Spike. That whole thing. One of the reasons, but
it's beyond me, man. How the hell do you pay for a subscription to this guy? And he's got Patreon, so I don't know how much his Patreon is, but just like, why would you give this guy money? Literally, why? He's an idiot.
Well, from what I remember, he had 2 fucking stints with TNA. He had right when TNA began.
Yeah, like right in the start. Yeah.
Jerry Jarrett basically quit the company as soon as he came in. He said, I'm not working with him. And Jeff Jarrett insisted on bringing him in. And so Jerry fucking left. And then there was the whole thing with Spike TV because they didn't want him coming back to TNA because they knew he used to work there. And he's like, oh, that was a shit show. And they also knew about like WCW.
2014.
And they were like, no, we're not doing that.
That's why they took off Spike. That whole thing, like, because of fucking Russo.
Here's a prime example of Russo's booking. Chad, if you've never seen it, go and type in Sting versus Abyss, the Last Rites match. Look how shit that match is. And he blamed Dutch Mantel for that decision. The dude is a complete moron. He
blames everybody for everything. He still doesn't think the Brawl for All was that bad.
Yeah, he blamed Bradshaw for it.
It was his idea.
He wanted to defend Oklahoma.
Just to fuck with Bradshaw. Yeah,
I think he still defends. He defends Oklahoma. Remember that character?
Because it's his buddy, his fucking butthole buddy Ed Ferreira, who was Oklahoma, his writing pal, who also is responsible for a lot of the dog shit that fucking went on in WCW.
Well, Ed Ferrara's big deal was he wanted. Remember when Marlena or Terry Runnels, when she was quote unquote pregnant with Val Venus's child, and he took and he bumped into her, and she. Can we say that word? Miss something?
Yeah, you can say miscarriage. Yeah, it was a terrible fucking angle.
That was his idea. Yeah, that was his idea.
Yeah,
that was his idea. And Russo and them loved it because it's like, well, you would have seen an episode of Dallas. This isn't Dallas.
This is wrestling.
And by the way, Dallas would have handled it with a lot more fucking class than.
And care. It would actually be tragic. They would actually make it tragic and probably good. You just did it like for a joke.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
comes
we already
off
mentioned it.
pretty
Shooting
bad when
Bagwell
they do it.
on a pole match.
Yeah.
Viagra on a pole match. Any of the on the pole matches he did back in the day.
Then they made
We
fun of
we could keep we
Yeah.
could keep going on for hours and hours about all the shit the Russo's done that's bad. We will move on. Trey, I think you have to lower your headphone volume just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just bleeding through the mic. All good though. We actually have a little bit of something here. This is from the Pat McAfee show. So Pat McAfee is down in New Orleans for the Super Bowl weekend. He's been on Radio Row the entire week. He's been doing what he normally does. But one of the people who's down there for the Super Bowl is let me try to see. Okay, that's the highest quality the video is. Sorry. One of the people who's down there is Ari Emanuel. Now, if you don't know that name, Ari Emanuel is the guy who basically owns TKO, right? He was the guy who used to own UFC, and then when they merged, he now is like the main shareholder in TKO. So that's this guy. He is the head guy for WWE and UFC. Also Power Slap, but fuck Power Slap. That's shit. Anyways, just watch UFC. UFC's better than Power Slap. What the fuck are you doing? Dana White. That's completely unrelated, but with that, let's see what he says, because he gives us a little insight as to why Raw is on Netflix. Gives us a little bit of back information. So we're gonna play this here. I believe the audio's been running well even for the last video, right? With Russo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the audio was good.
I know it's a little bit late, an hour 20 in the show to be asking if the audio is good, but fuck it, whatever. Anyways, here is Ari Emanuel talking to Pat McAfee about about how Raw ended up on
streaming things. How does Netflix become the one that the WWE goes with? And
so I had a breakfast with Bella. Started talking about
who's Bella? Who's
Bella?
Bella?
She runs all of content and programming underneath Ted Sarandos at Netflix.
Hey, Bella, you're doing a great job.
Bella.
You're doing a great job. We here at the Pat McAfee Show love what you've done.
We did a presentation to her, and then all of a sudden, it was first started talking about NXT actually, and then it just immediately moved to Raw. And over Christmas, a year and a half ago, or whatever, we're on a Zoom. It's all approved. We have to have a conversation with Ted Sarandos. He's in London seeing Stranger Things play. We get on the Zoom, Shapiro and I, right before Christmas and the Christmas holiday. He's there with his CFO. It all gets done. We hang up the phone. We do a jig.
Yeah, absolutely. Streaming things. How does?
Yeah. So it sounds like the original plan was for the original plan was for Netflix to
Acquire
just
NXT.
get NXT. Yeah.
And that would have been something really interesting right there.
Yeah, NXT on.
Yeah, NXT on Netflix would have been really interesting. That probably would have put a nail in the coffin for a lot of things on Wednesday night with head to head. Because I remember when Triple H said a couple years ago, even though he's lying about it. Remember when he said NXT was not a third brand, but even though it was being built as a third brand when Raw and SmackDown were shit, but when they went head to head, they got their ass kicked. It was developmental, right? But it would have definitely been interesting to see NXT on Netflix. That would have been very interesting because I think that would have really hurt Dynamite big time.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Especially if they went on Wednesday nights too, in the same time spot.
Yeah, I mean that could have been interesting. Just 1 second here. There we go. Boom. Trey's mic is fucking up pretty bad right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's all good. It's all good. He is being molested by a squeaky fan currently, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But R.I.P. Trey. He's dead. That's how that works.
Just in the chat.
So, all right, I'm gonna bring up this one, and Mr. T, I want you to take the lead on this story here, right here. If you just want to tell people with your sweet seance-like voice what the fuck's going on, you know, hit them with.
Yeah. Let's see. Bear Boulder has been fired by AEW. The company learned that he has been arrested for battery for strangulation in January and cut him from the company today. So apparently this guy was
Fucking what?
What?
I actually didn't know this story before now. What the fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah, he sounds like he did some shit. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if anyone remembers him, but they wrestled. I cannot remember their tag team name. They're the two big fat guys that wrestled last year for AEW, and they wrestled against Sting and Darby. They are signed to a contract with AEW. So apparently, it was like the article said, it happened in January. So how it's just coming out now is beyond me. But it's not the first time that AEW's pretty much covered up shit like this, because remember BJ Whitmer with his allegations with his first wife, what was her name? Something Kelly.
Yeah.
And then his situation a couple years ago where he got the cops called, the NDAs, all that bullshit like that. So it doesn't surprise me none that AEW covered this up. It doesn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not good.
And then he made out a tweet too. I think it's there in the doc too. He made a tweet last night too about it, talking about it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Let me see. Actually, it is not in the docket.
Ew.
But if you want to grab that real quick.
Yeah.
Guys, we currently have 2 trays. So I don't know if his fan is. Oh, no, the one tray is now left. We just have real Trey, but he's still got a squeaky mic. So we're going to leave it there until that's fixed. He's got like a squeaky fan going on, Trey. He keeps leaving and coming back. At some point, do I just tell him that he needs to like turn the fan off, or do we just keep fucking with him, chat? What do you think? Did we fuck with Trey a little bit?
Excuse me.
While he's gone? I think we fucked with Trey for a little bit, yeah.
Okay, there's the tweet I just
All
said. I think he needs to just reset his stuff. I think it'd be all right.
Yeah. Don't put it in chat because he'll see it, but we're gonna fuck with Trey a little bit, yeah. Just 1 if you want to fuck with Trey, 2 if you don't. All right. So yeah, anyways, let's move on to this story here. We're getting very, very close to the end, ladies and gentlemen, actually. Tony Khan, AEW has been a proven consistent winner as a cable industry changes. No, you haven't. You signed a new deal because Warner Brothers is a desperate company to keep any content on TNT, especially with them losing the NBA. That's going to be fucking huge, and it's probably going to tank the fucking channel completely. And we have Trey. He's left the Twilight Zone dimension, and he is now back. Our homeboy Trey is here, and he's alive. Trey, are you alive?
Hold on.
Holy shit. All right. All righty. Well, that had to be. Oh, fucking hell. Anyways, we will at some point get Trey a good mic. I swear to God, at some point.
Premium content right here, ladies and gentlemen. You can't find anywhere else for free.
All right, just make sure your audio settings are coming from the right mic before I let you in. Give me a thumbs up when you're good to go. Okay.
How am I sounding now?
Perfect. There we go.
Yeah.
So apparently, Trey, Tony Khan believes that AEW has been a proven consistent winner on cable.
Is he smoking crack? Like what the fuck?
I don't know. You look at this face though. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You're proven consistent.
God damn.
I've yet to see even a mid episode. Me and Cream have talked about this. We just want you to even be fucking mid. And we haven't even had that. What is he talking about?
You know what he looks like right here in that image? He looks like Macaulay Culkin from Richie Rich. Like he's like smiling like right into the camera. It's like, yeah. I'm rich.
I'm not
You're
gonna,
not
I'm
rich.
not gonna lie. He looks like he's special needs in that image.
Yeah.
By the
Well, to be
way,
fair,
I will be saving. I don't know if we can get emotes yet on YouTube for chat, but if we can, or whenever we can, we will have Tony Khan smiling like a fucking goober as one of the emotes. But yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Okay. Now to the fucking our last story, the big one. You've all been fucking waiting for it. All the fucking releases from WWE. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start off with this. I don't know if it's in order actually of time. Let's see.
I believe I did. I could
Oh,
be
yes,
wrong.
it is. Yep, it is. Okay. So this all started about almost, it was
Last night.
7:49
Last
p.m.
night for me.
Last night. Yes.
Yeah.
So first off, we get this at almost 8 p.m. Eastern. Cedric Alexander has announced he's no longer with WWE, unknown if it's a release or contract expiration as of press time. Okay. So it's like, all right, so he's gone. Honestly, I think a lot of us forgot he was still with the company.
Yeah, only he was feuding with Ethan Page and getting his hand destroyed. That's kind of what he's been doing the last couple
And
weeks.
that was the last we saw of him too.
Yeah.
From what I remember. So we had that. And then about 2 hours later, give or take, we get this. WWE has released the Authors of Pain, and that's from PW Insider. And then actually right before that, right before the Authors of Pain were released, Paul Ellering was released.
Yeah.
So they released. Yeah, so they got rid of both of them. They're both gone. And then it just kept going because a half an hour later, Sonya Deville has been released by WWE. And at this point, we're all like, what the fuck is happening? Because we were.
And it's not even spring yet. It's not even spring yet.
What the fuck is going on? And then about 15 minutes later, after that, WWE has released Blair Davenport.
Yeah.
And then we were like, okay, that's about it. That was where it was left that night. And we were like, okay, so they must have just been getting rid of those people. And then we're getting, I'm looking at the prep stuff that Mr. T had done. And then all of a sudden I'm on Twitter and I see this pop up and I'm like, oh my fucking God, here we go again. At noon, just past noon today, Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson released by WWE. And I'm like, oh, okay. So maybe this was from last night and they forgot to report it, right? No, because then actually a couple minutes before that, Giovanni
Vinci, which I put in the Discord. I'm not shocked about this. He hasn't been on TV after the thing with
Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews. Yeah, that was the last guy he faced, and he's just been on TV. So I'm not really shocked.
But the
by
one
this
that's probably the most shocking and confusing out of the releases is we get another one. Isla Dawn implies WWE release See You in 90.
I'm surprised because she's been on TV. She just had a tag match with Lashley and Jakara, right?
Yeah,
she was just on NXT.
She was the fucking women's tag team champion last year.
Yeah, they were tagged. Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, they just did a full-on Vince style release. Just fucking, all right, we gotta get rid of all these fucking people. Holy shit, that is.
I don't have a problem with them trimming the fat, but it's like some of these people I think you could have done more with.
Blair Davenport, I think you could have done something with. You could have just put her back in NXT. You didn't need to, or even send her to TNA. You have this deal with TNA right now. You're gonna send her to TNA for a little bit.
I'm sorry, the people you could have done the most with out of this is, I mean, you were kind of already doing stuff with Cedric, which is weird.
Yeah.
As to why that one is, that's weird.
He's gonna go to AEW and probably rejoin the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was confirmed last night, so yeah.
Yeah. With Blair Davenport, it's like
you could have did
why the fuck? Yeah, she was on SmackDown. They added her to SmackDown, and we were all like, when she got added, because that's when we actually started watching, doing the reviews for SmackDown when we did do those, we were like, oh fuck, okay, we finally get a little bit of like fresh blood in the women's division of SmackDown, which is still bad, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just very top heavy. I'm not just saying that because Nia Jax on the show.
Oh,
It's very
no.
Wow.
I had to do the joke. All right, come on. Look. I can make the joke. It's fine.
I don't want to think about that woman's titties, okay?
You're smiling.
No,
I feel like,
I'm not smiling. No.
You're like, I don't want to think about those titties. Yeah, I think you do.
Fuck off.
But either way,
yeah,
you bring her in, and then she's on 3 weeks, and then she's gone. And it's like, okay, that's. I'm sorry, you could have done more with her. With Gallows and Anderson, they could have done more with them. So many fucking.
They just
times.
brought AJ Styles back.
They could have done something with them the first run or the second run. We're talking about how Raw needs tag teams. So does SmackDown.
Yeah,
put these fucking guys on TV. Instead, you had them over in fucking Noah. And it's like, why? You need those tag. I get why. Yeah, I get why Omos is in Noah, right? You want to give him that experience. You have nothing for him at the moment. I understand that, but you need fucking tag teams, all right? We can't just keep getting DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns, and especially on SmackDown, because you really only have 2 tag teams.
Well, here's the thing about Anderson. He's injured right now. He's rehabbing. He just got done having Tommy John surgery on his elbow. So,
but even before he was injured, they weren't really fucking using him.
Well, that's what randomly we're on NXT, right? That's where I remember seeing them.
You know, what could have been one thing if Jay White came in and you had Tama Tonga, which I'm glad he did the Bloodline thing, but you could have reformed somewhat of kind of what the Bullet Club. Even though I wasn't a big fan of the Bullet Club, you had all the members there. You had AJ, the Anderson, Gallows, him, and you had Jay White coming in too. That would have been great too. But I just don't know.
You could have done something, and you probably still could. In the worst case scenario, you could have sent them to TNA for a bit. Even if you just TNA, sent Gallows to TNA, send Gallows in. They were in TNA before too, so send them back there for a little bit, and then have them come. Exactly.
I just thought of it. They can feel the system. There you go.
I think Anderson and Gallows will be fine. And real quick, think about that too.
Oh yeah.
Gallows has been fired from the company pretty much as much time as Marty Jannetty has. Let that sink in for a minute.
Yeah, he's been fired a lot.
I mean, to be fair, I'd rather have Gallows on my fucking roster than Marty Jannetty. Jesus.
Remember Festus? He was Festus back in the day.
Yeah.
Yes, and he was also in the Straight Edge Society with Serena Deep, and then it was Serena Deep, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah. Serena, just Serena. Yeah.
And then he came back he was fired, and then he came back with Anderson.
Came back with Anderson.
Fired. And then he came back again.
Well, here's the thing: Anderson and Gallows, they'll probably go to AEW. They're friends with the Bucks. They'll probably get their money. They'll probably make the same amount of money as they were in WWE, probably from Tony.
Maybe a little bit more.
Maybe a little incentive because they're friends with the bosses. They'll be fine. Blair Davenport, I don't know. Her match against Naomi did not do her any.
That hurt. Good. And then they were trying to put her with ironically, Isla Dawn and Alpha Fire. Remember, they're trying to make them a little stable.
Yeah.
I think all these people are gonna be fine. They're all gonna. Honestly, I could see them. Any of these people going to TNA and doing even something like
Sonya. I think Sonya will go to TNA. I could see that.
Yeah,
I see Blair going to Japan. Maybe she'll go back to New Japan or maybe Stardom.
Probably.
I think so. I think Giovanni will probably go to TNA, which will be a probably good fit. I think he'll be fine too.
Cedric's going to AEW.
Yeah, he's going. Yeah, he's joining the Hurt Business. AOP.
Yeah, Authors of Pain. I don't know what the fuck are they going to try to put on another wrestling show? Didn't they try to put on one last year and it was a colossal fuck up?
Yeah,
Don't remember that one.
Honestly, if TNA needs more tag teams, I could see them being a tag team in TNA.
AEW needs tag teams too, but the problem is they just don't know what to do with
Yeah.
them. But I could see AOP going to Japan. I think they'd be
Or
a monster.
Japan.
Ooh, shit!
Yeah,
Send them to
Japan
like
could
all
work.
Japan or something. That could be.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And Ellering's
that
with them
could be
too.
good.
And if Paul
Yeah,
wants to
Ellering
travel,
with them. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
And-
I think Ellering will probably. I think he likes working with those two. Like,
yeah,
he's kind of stuck with them the entire time.
yeah. And plus, I just
be good.
who else got it released? I'm sorry, Isla Dawn.
So who else? We had Cedric,
Isla
who's gone,
Dawn.
and Isla
Yeah.
Dawn and Sonya Deville. Those are the only ones we haven't brought
Sonya,
up
like
yet.
I
Sonya,
said, I think she goes
TNA.
to TNA. But let's be real. We wanted PFC off our TVs for a while, so IWC, stop fucking crying that Sonya's gone. Sorry.
I just saw about
I'm
that.
surprised. I'm actually surprised it's only her.
I'm not a big
Yeah,
fan
she's
of
the only
Bella.
one I'm seeing.
I am
People are
not
like
a
this.
big fan.
I've seen some people defend Blair. I've seen a little bit of that.
No. I mean, I'm surprised she's the only one in that faction.
Oh, that got
I
released.
thought they would have.
I think they're gonna
they would have
Shayna
trashed
and
Zoe Stark as well.
And Zoe. I think they'll just have them be a tag team. Honestly.
I don't see a lot of Zoe Stark. I think it's the company. I think that they can get some more mileage out of her. I think that maybe they can do something with her. Sonya Deville, I don't give two fucks.
Yeah, she's washed. She's been there for a while.
NXT.
Yeah.
I could see probably a Sonya go to AEW, maybe, or maybe she quits wrestling altogether and she'll do like what
I think
what's
TNA. If she wants to way back to WWE, TNA could work.
And I think maybe she'll collab with Mandy Rose and her freaking
podcast
OnlyFans shit, whatever. Or
God, who wants to see that? I want to see that though.
A lot of guys, Trey. You'd be surprised. A lot of hard up.
Yeah, there are some freaks out there.
Hard up gooners. Hey, shout out to the your boy Jack, specifically him, hard up gooner.
And Bob Hog.
Bring back Kane and Undertaker. You know what? I agree. Bring back Kane and Undertaker and send them to AEW as a
Boss
joke.
Hog. Boss Hog, it's about time that you got the executives to get the fucking servers back over PlayStation, you dirty bitch. I'm waiting for
come on, Boss Hog. What the fuck?
Finally up.
Man?
Come on, Boss Hog.
Fuck this whole thing up. Boss Hog. Well,
Boss Hog.
Oh, my audio's cutting in and out. All right, I'm going to leave real quick and come back, and hopefully it's fixed. I think it's StreamYards.
Nah, I think it's your internet. Yeah. He's just
but
gay, that's why.
I guess going more about the releases, like the IWC does this all the time, where they act like they weren't trashing these people a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Like, why are you all of a sudden like,
better?
oh, yeah, you're good. You're
Yeah.
good.
Okay, cool.
All
right.
You always see people like that on Twitter. They're like, oh, well, I defended this person. You go and like search up their history, like, they made a tweet. Now one thing pops up.
Or they were trashing PFC like a lot of us were, but Sonya's strategy's gone now.
It was awful. It was terrible. And look, I'm not happy that anyone lost their jobs. I mean, it's kind of a horrible thing to think, right? But it's like, I don't know. It gives them an opportunity to do something better because what they
better
were doing
themselves
was
and
terrible.
maybe come back. Maybe better themselves.
We see it all the time.
Drew did it. Drew did it.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Gallows. How many times has he fucking left and come back to the company? Like, at least 3 that I can remember.
3
Probably
times,
4. Yeah.
And probably only 5. I can see him coming back again at some point.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. People leave and come back all the time. At some point, we'll probably get Jeff Hardy back in WWE at some point, right?
Yeah.
And he's been gone and back all that. This is just how it works. But with that being said, speaking of going and coming back, we are going to go now, and we will be back next week. You see, that was a good transition. Thank you everybody for watching. Before we go, just to remind you, if you could share it out, like the video, share it out, subscribe if you're new. That does help us out a lot. And we will be back Monday night for our review or our recap of Raw. See what happens. We'll see what happens on Raw. Be an interesting show, I think. Join the Discord as well. Yes. Mr. T, you want to drop that link, you filthy sack of shit?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You do that, boy. And while he does that, we're going to play a little video and we're going to get the fuck out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, eat shit.
My mind's telling me no, but that crack, y'all, that crack keeps telling me yes. Gotta go.
I got it. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America. America. Beautiful. Do you have your passport?